understand this. Is this thing working right? How's the sound? Sorry about that. I hope that it didn't go to hell. Let me check and talk. This here is a major. I'm being disenfranchised recently. Volume being turned down, cell phone battery going down. It's actually a vital time for us right now to be supported. Boost up your communication battery. Um, because there's a lot of the enemy is ramping up to work against you. In fact, that's what the rig is out there. It's rigged. The system is rigged for you to fall not only into a rabbit hole that it's like, well, I didn't know I was going to have this career of defending the rights for humanity, but like this, that you would have to first, if you can help anybody, see you have had to have helped yourself. And I'm so not talking about, oh, cool, you got a job at Taco Bell, and now you're encourage everybody else that that's all you got to do. That's just it, and live in a bubble, and it'll be over. I say, well, you guys are boring. What about the shit that movies are made of? Like, aren't you waiting for a superhero to come out and say, over my fucking dead cape or whatever? I'm capable. Aren't you capable? This, I'm so bummed out because I made a really cool video, maybe like 3 of them, and the volume is fucked up. And the reason why that you don't even see a title on, see, if I was being paid for this, oh, pfft, I would change out of my pajamas. I'm the kind of person that if I'll get a good work ethic if I feel the money is coming in and I'm able to pay my bills. But no, you're getting the effect of just I like working for free. After this, you can't see right here is my bottle of vodka. Oh, something like that, right? You guys, some people know me. It's like it's true though. She's totally fucking pasted. Oh, I sober up if I get a job, and you know the relationship too thing with people, especially the one-on-one love. Oh, that makes you shape up really quick. It can. Libras are kind of all for it. They're like, I hope people know that we're supposed to actually get together. Christ said at least 2, you know, but it hasn't happened yet because if it does, see, that's what would like ring a bell. I go like this because it's like 2 lines and then they go and it starts to reverberate and sets an example in case the kids were watching. See, but you see, you don't see that at the White House. No, you see a something that could equate to that there's a man and woman there, but no, no men and women are making it to that level of political politics. No, those aren't men and women. No, there is a non-human occupation here that is so it's as good as alien. Those people are borrowing human material, the potential. They're borrowing. They're kind of riding on it. Yeah, there's a potential to become human here, and again, we just haven't seen it yet. I don't know if this is the same video, but did I see it twice already in this one video? See, I made a video. I think it's in this green shirt, and I'm sorry about the sound. I wasn't yelling or anything, so the sound is going to be terrible, but I'm going to put it up anyway. It was one of the best videos that I made. See, they geared everything to break down, possibly, see, with the patents of injecting people. That's part of it. I'm not kidding. They have time release. It's a time release for people. For the time when, well, they know that there's a reset happening within the cosmos, within and without. People are going to come awake. See, it's a whole generation's chance to say, excuse me, but no. You are pulling wool over our eyes, and it's like every time we get just a tiny glimpse from all of the fog of whatever you're fucking dosing us with here. We see that it could be a different way. We know that we can feel differently because differently because we break away from it. See, the Libra has the capacity to start communicating something in order to see. This is the good part of them. Otherwise, they don't do this, and they have the worst relationships, right? Because they just let people walk on them. They are a people pleaser, perhaps. They just for the sake of, this is common, for the sake of peace, to keep the peace, they don't cause any ripples. They don't confront the problem. Sorry. But you got to get your Aries on, babe. You got to get your Aries on. The Libra Sun is a little bit weak. So is the Libra Mars. And I can relate. I have a Libra Sun and a Libra Mars. But thank God for my Aries rising. Yep, my Aries rising just weaves through and says, no, be a physical person, assert yourself, prove to yourself that you can do it, and then now you qualify to say, hey, you guys, you can do it too. Shit, if Barbie can do it, what do you think you can do, kids? Especially you dudes out there. Whatever you do, never compete with women. Never. Never psychologically compete with them. They will fucking tear you another asshole. The women will. They're much more powerful than you. You have a problem, a disease. You're prone to the disease called the mind. This is what the statistics are showing over 250 years at least. It's called psychological study. That men are prone to the disease of narcissist and or the mind. Narcissism and the mind are synonymous. The mind and illness and narcissism are synonymous. The way that you defeat that illness, see, it's there, but see, if with your mind you observe that mind, its very nature, as soon as you see it, its true nature, the truth about it, it dissolves, it drops, boom, in an instant. What is left is the beauty of reality, this moment now. A lot of minds can't handle it. That's pure chaos for them, and indeed it is chaos. See, the creation of creation, the very, if it was a canvas that you would describe how the artist that you are and God that has made everything here, you're not including the creation of creation, which is outer space. If you were to look at it as an artist's tool, a canvas, it's just a blank canvas. Getting back to my lesson that I love to talk about, the bestseller of 2020. If you notice, the bestseller, when it became emergency, and you have to really get back down to the heart of the matter, was sold out. And can you believe everybody's wiping their ass on it? I think that there should be scripture on this. And just get rid of it, because you remember your profound responsibility to have an experience, because experience isn't just one way to learn, it's the only way to learn. What happened, kids? Do you remember when it was kind of fading out, but my mom not so much. She just let us watch TV, but eventually, I would turn off that TV and I would go outside and play. But you always heard some parents say, turn that TV off, because they knew it was kind of like, ew, that's weird. They said, turn it off and go outside and play. Turn that thing off. Go help little Cindy over there. She's trying to jump over the fence or something, right? Boy, have times changed, right? They used to tell us stay at least 4 feet away from the TV screen. Now we're going like this. Oh no, just strap it to your fucking eyeballs. Anyway, this video was to let you know that all of the quality of the last 3,500 videos or more are very poor. And thank you for using your faculties, being an alchemist with your own senses, Because you know you're a narcissist, right? They'll you can write a thesis, but maybe you got a couple words wrong. They'll point it out. They certainly won't at all talk to you about the points that you were making and the intention behind it. They'll say, no, this right here, you didn't put a comma and you forgot to, and they'll point that out right away. It's like, all right, so you're not, bye, next. Who are my people? They don't understand. They don't even understand that, you'll find your people. Since they aren't really there, they don't find anybody there either. That's the fucking hard reality that they get. Their mirror is broke, so then they don't get any good mirroring back. They don't deserve it. It's like, if you want, there's a lot of problems that they get in their relationships. They get a reaction that they can't hold themselves accountable towards, and they can't solve that problem. Now, oh my God, this is a subject matter that I didn't know I was going to bring up right now, but might as well just get it off my chest. I don't really care for it, right? Because I'm a woman that says, ooh, no, don't do that to me. Circumcision. Now, if you can imagine that little penis there, that little organ, every organ in your body has its own life. It has its own accomplishment as having been informed by God, the Creator, that says, no, you have a certain job and you have a certain life. And according to the karmic structure of the being that's experiencing the organs, see, it's an organization, by the way. You got to respect it. Organization. You have to figure out what ization is together. I think it has to do with your eye. And then zation, fuck, man, what if the Z is actually an N? The Z is actually an N, just turned on its side. Any kid will say, yeah, it is. And if you can't see that the Z is just an N turned on its side, don't have kids. Just don't do it. In fact, there are volcanoes activating right now. There might not be staircases anymore and a diving board, but just go for it anyway. Go there, jump in. Why? There's a gold mine at the bottom. That's all you want. And then you can get along with other people. You can be fun. For the rest of us, we're going to do a little bit of astrology. I was checking where Mercury is because I was about to talk about the result of circumcised penises. And here it is, the 11th at the very last degree of Scorpio. And I'm finally just tipping over going, do you realize that they are abusing the male side really quick? Boom, bah, it's the penis that is rendered up insensitive. Therefore, he is a non-self-reflecting penis that says, what? I'm perfect. You put my necktie on. And he doesn't see how that, no, you're not. And he doesn't see how that, in fact, you were mishandled very early. You were abused. You were violated. You were fucking hurt bad. And you can't see it. That's the narcissist. The narcissist is a non-self-reflecting person. They're sure that they're right. They're sure that they didn't do any wrong. And I say, you're right. You're forgiven, babe. See, because you don't know what they have done. God, forgive these people. They don't know what they did. But see, the reason why the circumcision is happening is because you have a force on this planet of people that keep arising, that can easily come into position of power, their rightful position of power. They're called women. Now, how would the church or the powers that be that want to control and farm the human organism for food, literal, energetically, and then eat the babies, how do you think that they would start getting at the women, abusing them, hurting them? They would create these little non-self-reflecting penises that it's like it's going to take extra work to even communicate. They are rendered up insensitive right from the get-go. And they don't know that they have a deficit there. See, that's the problem that you have with your narcissist. But see, and now I was trying to tell you that narcissism is the man's disease. Although when the woman is diagnosed with the fully encapsulated mind, who they're just imagining a life to be, they're imagining who they are. They're damaged, and they say, no, I am not damaged. And it's like, no, you are. You're not perfect. And they say, no, I am perfect. All I have to do is title this the right way, and then it'll go what they call viral, but I would like to say it's a good contagion. It's a contact high that's good. Might piss you off at first because, no, you didn't control that. And if you allowed the system to circumcise your little boy, I'm sorry. But that's the weaponry right there, and the boys don't know it. See, it's trauma to that organ. No, they're crying. They're not laughing when that's taking place. You do not take your kid away from the mother. You set them right on their chest. I heard that you don't even clip the umbilical cord until later. Some of them let it fall off naturally, but I kind of disagree with that, because what if it creates an outie instead of an innie? But who says that an outie is not as beautiful as an innie? Who said that an innie was beautiful? See, a lot of it is just, I don't know. I really don't know. But maybe an innie reflects that there was a tribe there, and they said, and we care. We want it to be a little bit like this, right? Fuck. But how do you like that, though? See, now here's another thing that I'll further towards you women, that, well, why do you let that operation over there cut the skin that is meant to make the man cause to feel pain? When he first has sex for the first time, he feels pain just like the woman will. No, he feels pain. The skin opens up a little more. Even, see, this is the thing. This is what I think that has to happen, and that's not happening. The woman, probably naturally though, see, if the little boy is trying to pee when he's really small, like 3 days old or something, I think that she has a profound responsibility, is not to fondle him, but to handle the penis, that little foreskin there, just to make sure that whenever he's peeing, that it's coming out, maybe lift it down and up, so that, because see, the excuse that they use for circumcision is that, well, it tends to grow over, and then it's hard to pee. And it's like, well, just don't be afraid to reach down and take care of it, you women. You're not. I know for a fact that if you're a live woman, you're like, oh no, I kind of did that, and yeah, I remember when I had to reach into my own ass to pull out some shit because I was fucking constipated. Women are gnarly that way, getting back to the psychological strength that they have that men don't. Where'd they go? Some of them, just the sight of blood will make them faint. Women, not so much. Nope, not really. No. And they are not full of philosophies coming out of a fucking imagined mind that says, well, if God does exist, then I think it must be the superior being out there. It sure is. Would you please fucking seek a woman, and a live one that knows how to speak still? That can tell you, no, wrong. Because it doesn't feel good right now. Yeah. Can't you feel when it's not going right? And don't you know that it's not right to stay where it continually feels wrong? And it feels, you have to really be discerning. A woman knows right away. They're like, oh, no, that's a little bit too ripe. Oh, actually, that's a little bit too rotten. See this fruit right here, certain color? See, a woman can see like 15 different shades of red and 15 different variations of yellow. So that's why you want to send her to go shopping. I'm sorry, it's almost like, I thought that men were doing it on purpose. It's like, okay, so, god damn it, you go shopping and you cook. So when they go shopping and then they start cooking, they aren't sanitary, right? They'll do things like, ooh, why did you just pick up the spoon without washing it off the floor, and stuff like that? Or like, why did you pick these rotten fruit? Or why did you pick the fruit that's not even ripe yet? I think, see, after a while, I think, okay, you're trying to torture me. You're trying to say, no, I don't want to do this. You do it. I'm like, and I actually feel, no, I understand. I'm supposed to do this because I want it to be a certain way. And not only for me, but for other people. When they're coming around and say, God, this is delectable. Instead of like, Alright, see you later! Sanctuary. How about you guys, girls? Just really actually more sensitive people. It could be men too. They're like, yeah, I want sanctuary. I can't do this anymore with my bros. They want me to live up to something, and I think it's kind of homosexual because they never talk about how to please a woman.